Chase did it. We got a flat blowout on the trailer. I hope we don't have another one. It's these experiences like this when I like to bring a bunch of crap and everybody's always asking why you bringing that crap and that crap. Because of these side of the road experiences. That's why I like LS's too, is because of those broke down at the red light experiences.
You know what would have been nice? If I would have packed that air compressor that we got off TikTok. I just left it sitting there on the couch.
Man, we're here at Good Guys 2023, Texas Motor Speedway. Fitting to bring y'all some show coverage. We got old Mac, we got Poppy's Patina. We got Wes here filming today.
We're gonna look at all the cool rides. We're gonna do some interviews today, a little bit different. We're gonna go around and get some of the shots of the cars that we think are the most interesting and interview those guys and see what their car's all about.
And gals.
Man, this is an awesome event. Last year we came to this thing on Friday, and Saturday is the day to be here. If y'all can make it out next year, I highly recommend y'all come. It's a 3-day weekend. It's gonna be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Y'all come out and check them out. Good Guys, this is the show.
We're gonna get y'all some coverage. Y'all come on. Came across something you never see at the car shows. It is a Mustang 2, and I want to introduce you to the owner of this car. This is David from Fate, Texas. David,
hey y'all.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about this car?
This is a 1978 Mustang 2. Started out as a stock Cobra 2. Eventually became a customized Monroe Handler Mustang 2.
What is Monroe Handler?
So the Monroe Handler, the Monroe Shock Absorber Company, commissioned a company in 1978 to build advertisement cars, marketing cars, and they called them the Monroe Handler Mustang. And so it was a body kit that they put on, made out of metal at that time. I think they built like 7 of them out of metal. And then eventually they turned them into fiberglass molds, and they started selling them that way. Well, that happened for a few years, and then they disappeared and nobody bought the molds anymore. Well, so I was buying parts from a company up in Minneapolis area, and that guy acquired the original molds for the Mustang Handler package, and I bought one. And really the reason why I wanted to buy the Handler package is because it allowed me easily to get bigger wheels and tires under the car. Now I know there's other ways to do it, but that's the way I wanted to do it. So that's the Monroe Handler package. It was a marketing gimmick by Monroe.
Well, we learned something new today. What engine's in the car?
So this has the original 302 block, but it's been built into a 331 stroker. It has GT40 heads, all the normal upgrades like Edelbrock intake, things like that. I haven't dynoed it yet, but I'm hoping for like 400 horsepower.
How long did it take y'all to build it?
So it materialized over about 6.5 years.
6.5?
This is really the first big road trip for the car. I live in Fate, Texas, which is about an hour and a half from here. And so it was a challenge to get here a little bit because we had a little bit of an overheat problem, which we're gonna fix. But But it handled great, rode smooth, beautiful.
What's the most memorable thing about building this car?
Wow. Probably when we took the Sawzall to the back end, the wheel well, we cut like 2 inches up into the wheel well to put the fiberglass piece over the top of the original metal structure.
So just putting the blade
putting the blade to the metal.
Yeah. And what was like a heartache or a setback on this car that made it where you almost wanted to quit?
My build went through many hands, right? I originally started at a local shop in Rockwall, and I went there because I wanted a shop that would let me help build the car. And so these guys agreed to let me help build the car. So I got in there, we stripped the whole thing down, all the way down to bare metal, took everything off of the car, and then we built it up from there. Well, about the time that was done and it was painted, but not yet finished, they went out of business. And so my builder friend, Tim, had a huge garage at his house. So we finished the car at his house. Just to start, stop, it was a little frustrating.
So what advice would you give somebody if they were going to build a show car?
Right, so I spent way more money on this car than I planned to. So probably the best advice is, if you can't afford to buy it done, make sure you have a solid plan about what you want to do, because it took extra time and money for me, because I kept, and it's my own fault, I kept saying, well, what if we do this? What if we do that, right? So you make a plan and don't veer from it, right? Just go get the car done and then get it on the road and then make changes later.
One more thing. If your car could say anything about you, like if your car was talking to you because of the time you spent with it, what would your car say about you?
It'd say, don't let this rookie work on me.
Is there anybody you'd like to thank for this build on this car?
Yeah, my builder, Tim, he stayed with me the whole time. I don't know if he'll care if I throw out his last name, but he's the father of Brian Vestine. And if you know Brian Vestine, he does top-end SEMA quality cars out of his shop in Royce City. So Tim is Brian's dad.
Okay.
And so he's got a lot of pedigree, he's built a lot of cars. He's an engineer, he's got the engineer's mind.
Well,
but
Dave,
he's a good guy, so.
Thanks for telling us about your car. It's a unique one. We appreciate the hell out of it.
All right, thank you.
Thank y'all for watching.
All right, y'all have a good day.
All right, guys, we got Blake here. They've got a beautiful 67, all carbon fiber C10. The first one in the world, correct?
First one in the world.
First one in the world. We're gonna let him talk about it, tell you all about it.
Yeah, we got a 1967 here. Basically what we did was we took a 1967 C10 that we had and blew it apart, molded all the panels. We got over 50 molds for this truck, and we made it the world's first all carbon fiber C10. We got a lot of man hours in this, over 20,000 man hours, about 3 years in total into the build. So it's been a pretty extensive process to get to this point. So.
Yeah, it's amazing the quality of work that I see on this car, the truck. I mean, it's just crazy. You don't ever see anything like this. I mean, like you said, it's the first one in the world.
First one, yeah.
First one in the world. You said 3 years to build?
It started in 2020. It was kind of off and on, but I would say about August of last year is really when we started pushing hard. And January 1st to February 23rd is when we debuted it. It was a constant push from all the guys. We were all putting in about 1,000 hours in between that period. So
dang,
yeah.
Just a labor of love, huh?
Oh yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the engine. I mean, because I looked at it. It's amazing. What engine is that?
So
transmission you're running?
We got a 434. It's a LSS Next based block. It's built by Mike Moran. It's got mast heads, and then it's paired with a Sativ 6-speed sequential transmission, so it's all paddle shifted. You just use the clutch basically to get in the first gear, and after that you just use the paddle shifters.
That's awesome. And y'all are going to race this next year.
Oh yeah, it'll be raced, yeah. Yeah, we're just showing it this year. We did take it to a couple test and tunes. It's actually been off the track. It hit an embankment at 117 miles an hour.
Oh.
And we brought it back to the shop, rebuilt the front end on it, and brought it back and started showing it again 3 weeks later. So yeah.
Awesome. What series are y'all going to race?
We're gonna do Optima. We got, I think, 18 races planned for next year. Kyle Tucker from Detroit Speed, he's gonna be the one behind the wheel. So everything on the interior was actually kind of planned around him. The position of the seat, position of the steering wheel, position of the pedals, all that was planned around him driving it.
That's awesome, man. Just custom build everything.
Yep.
What is your favorite part about the truck?
I think that it's all carbon fiber.
All carbon
I think that's
fiber.
Everybody's favorite part.
Yeah, that is definitely I love carbon fiber. I used to be an importer. And dude, I loved anything carbon fiber. I still do. Still do love it, carbon fiber. It's awesome. So it caught my eye immediately when I saw it.
Oh, yeah.
I think everybody else, it catches their
it
eyes.
catches everybody's eyes.
Yeah.
You could see this whole weekend where the crowd was. You knew that there was something special there. So.
Oh yeah. If this truck could talk, what would it say about you?
I'm not a wrap. It's actual real carbon. It's not a wrap. It's not paint. It's carbon fiber.
100%.
100%.
Cool, man. So what's the most memorable point of the build?
I'd say honestly just all of us getting to work together. I mean, we spent basically all time together. It was 24/7, so just all of us getting to build that closer relationship with one another. That was really worth it. So.
Lots of man hours.
Oh yeah, over
Y'all
20,000.
Y'all got to know each other really well.
Oh, really well, yeah.
Oh yeah. What was one of the biggest obstacles that you faced during the build of this truck?
Honestly, I would say, this is the first one, so you just always run into issues when you're doing the first. There's not an instruction manual for this. So we had to kind of create that instruction manual, especially for having to build the production trucks that we're going for. Like I said, we already got a second one made, and that second one is already going a lot smoother than this one was. So I think that's just the biggest obstacle, is just getting around all the first time stuff.
And so the name of the company that built this truck is Fiber Forged?
Yep, Fiber Forged and Zrodz and Customs.
And tell me a little bit about Fiber Forged. What is Fiber Forged?
So Fiber Forged, we do all of the carbon fiber. We make our own molds. We specialize in CNC machining, 3D printing, 3D scanning, CAD modeling and design. So pretty much everything that you see on this truck, we had a hand in. And like I said, it was all built in-house. Zrodz, they focus more on the fabrication and the building and the assembly of it. We're all under one roof. We're all, owned by the same people. It's just, we're sister companies. So.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Where y'all located at?
Indiana, Knox, Indiana, yep.
What advice would you give to someone wanting to build a truck like this?
First off, I'd say just go to our website and kind of check out the whole process of what we took to build this truck. The best thing about this is a production vehicle. So we've already got a second one made. We got a third one that we're getting ready to pull out of the molds. So anybody can design this and build this truck to how they want to. And we got a ton of future builds coming up that are gonna blow people's minds. So we're really excited for that.
That's awesome. So they can get in contact with you and you can actually sell them.
Correct.
All these panels and everything.
Correct.
To build this truck.
And we sell the panels individually. Like before we even started this truck, we were selling wheel tubs, hoods, core supports. So that's all stuff that can be done. We can do front clips, stuff like that. So yeah, it's all production. The molds, we can pull as many parts as we want to out of them.
So if people are needing like custom parts, do y'all do that as well?
100%. Yeah, half the stuff you see on this truck was all custom designed. That whole rear spoiler, that was all custom 3D printed and molded. Same with that front splitter. So there's a ton of stuff on this truck that's been 3D printed. All the bezels that you see on the interior for the Motec dash display, that was 3D printed. So.
Awesome, man. So if you're looking to get a truck built like this, hit up Fiber Forged and Zrodz and Customs. They can help you out along the way. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.
I'm here with Ashley, and this is her 1958 Mercury Montclair. She's gonna tell you about this car. We walked past it, and it just caught your eye. It is beautiful. The lines on it are awesome. So much trim. But we're gonna let Ashley tell you a little bit about this car.
This was my dad's car. He found it out in the field in Colorado in 1981 when they were driving through, and for some reason he stopped and loaded up and drug her home.
Did he work on this at home and you hung out with him while he built it?
Yep, it was his whole project. He was gone in the oil field a lot. He'd come home and just search for parts and just tinker with it in the garage.
And so you were saying he built this before the internet, so he spent a lot of time
flipping through magazines and on the phone, and then the computer came out and I had to teach him how to get on there and hunt car parts.
A lot of these parts are rare on this car.
Very rare. It took him a long time to find these, and found a parts car one time, had it sitting in the backyard too.
Do you see any other Mercury Montclairs when you go to shows? And
I have not.
No? So it's a unique car, so it's really cool to see this car. What's your most memorable moment about this car?
That's just all that time I spent with my dad. It was in the 90s. I was maybe middle school, getting ready for high school. He'd come home from out west Texas in the oil rig, and I'd be out there, you're just sitting on a bucket watching him turn wrenches and hunt down little parts, and be out there just cranking on the engine and working on the timing until it was perfect, and just all night.
Yeah, it was his passion, huh?
It was his baby.
And then the car came to you after he passed?
He passed away, and the car had been in his garage, his home garage, for 12 years.
And he didn't let y'all touch it?
No,
and
never.
Now you're leaning on it?
I never got to touch it as a kid. He wouldn't even let you open the door.
No?
No.
Did you go ride in it when you were a kid?
Yeah, he'd open the door and let me get in the back seat and close the door behind me.
What's been your biggest obstacle with this car?
Considering my dad never let me touch it, his mechanic actually helped me get it out of the garage, loaded it on the trailer. We took it out to his house. His mechanic got it running for me again, changed some parts out, rebuilt some things, and he actually had to teach me how to drive it. I didn't know how to even start the car.
Because it has a special feature that you weren't aware of,
Yeah,
right?
It's all push-button transmission, and I had no idea. So it's been a learning curve trying to take care of a classic car, trying to find people that can work on it for me and help me.
But you drive it pretty regular now, right?
Yep, I keep it at the house. She's got her own shop, and we drive it around the neighborhood. We take it to all the local shows. And
what's your favorite part about the car?
It's just so unique. She draws a lot of attention, a nice little crowd. My dad would be very proud of all the attention because he never got to enjoy it like that.
Really?
He never got to take it to very many shows.
So it means something to you for that also.
Uh-huh.
You keep saying she. Does she have a name?
I call her she. My dad had an option. He would probably call her Brigitte.
Brigitte.
And I have no idea where that came from, but it was some name he pulled up somewhere that I remember hearing as a kid. You know, anytime someone in the family, was expecting a baby, he'd be like, oh, we're naming her Brigitte.
Brigitte.
But that was his name for everything. And so I feel like the car would be Brigitte.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
Got a little
there
attitude.
goes
She's
Brigitte.
unique. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are some of the special features besides the push button shifting on this car that make it more unique to you?
Everyone normally notices the little air vents on the front of the car. It's usually the first thing you see people point out when they walk up to it.
I walked up and tried to figure out what it was because I'd never seen it. And then you say the lights on the fenders, they work also?
The little birds up front are little turn signal lights. The little red part in the back will flash.
And one other cool feature you told me about.
Oh, it has the electric rear back window that rolls up and down.
So the back glass on the car rolls down. Super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you had any advice for somebody getting into show cars or building a show car, what would you give them as advice?
Don't let your parents' show car just sit in the garage. This one sat there for 12 years. It was rough in the beginning to get her out, get her running again, but it's worth it. Your parents spent so much time and money on it, and it's so wonderful to show it for him. I think he would be proud.
Thank you so much, Ashley, for showing us your car, showing us Brigitte,
Brigitte.
the most unique car today at Good Guys 2023. All right, guys, so it's Sunday. All the winners of Good Guys have been chosen, and we are in the winner's circle right now. We're gonna check out all of the cars that the Good Guys crew chose to be in this circle today, so y'all come on, check it out. You already know, I film Lolita every time. I think it's the best C10 of 2023. If you don't agree with that, I'd love to hear your answer for a better one. All right, so the temperatures weren't too high, but the humidity was up and the sun was bright, but Good Guys stood out. It was a great show, lots of awesome rides. What do you think about it?
Dude, it was great. The #1 truck that I saw here, or vehicle in general, was the all carbon fiber C10. I love that thing. That thing is amazing.
It is cool. It's just like, it's kind of one of those daydream vehicles though.
Yeah.
It's, you know, you look at it from afar because you can't touch it.
Oh
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
but there was a lot of great rides here. I mean, tons of great rides. So if you can come out to the next one, they've got events all over the country. Y'all should go to them, check them out. Good Guys. It's a great time, family, fun, you know, just atmosphere. You can do all sorts of stuff.
We're gonna ride in the NASCARs next time. Every time we forget.
Yeah.
And then they closed early. Everybody bonked out. Award ceremony's done, the NASCAR rides are over, so next time, guys.
Yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed the coverage from Good Guys. It was a blast. We'll see you at the next one.
Do what makes you happy, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one.
See ya.